Hello, everybody, and welcome to this review for the new film Blade Runner 2049. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the original Blade Runner and my thoughts on that, and my thoughts on the new film, completely non spoiler for both films. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this review. So, my experience with the original Blade Runner is fairly short. I first saw the film earlier this year. It was the final cut, which actually you can find at Target and like Best Buy and stuff like that. It's very cheap. I would definitely check it out. It's like $5 on DVD over at Target, and definitely go check that out and see this. You get the final cut, which is the version that you want of the film. And this film, Blade Runner, is about what does it mean to be human. And you have Harrison Ford, and he is a Blade Runner, and he has his job is to retire or kill replicants because they're illegal on planet Earth. And that's basically the plot of the film. It takes place. The original film takes place in 2019. Wow, 2 years from now. Wow. Okay. It doesn't look anything like it does today, but it takes place in this like weirdish future, like dystopian. You can hear that word thrown around and all this stuff. But and it's directed by Ridley Scott, and it's what I would consider to be a flawed masterpiece. It has some flaws. It's not a perfect film, but I definitely do enjoy it. I've seen it a couple of times over the span of the last maybe 6, 7 months, and I really, really enjoy it. I mean, I have it. It looks great, by the way, whether it be on 4K or DVD or even Blu-ray. It looks fantastic. It's a great film, and I really, really enjoy it. Blade Runner 2049 is a completely different beast than this film. The original Blade Runner is about 2 hours long. I don't know exactly how long it is. I don't care to even look at the back of the disc right now. But it's about 2 hours long. It's not a long movie, but it's a slower film, and it's not action packed like trailers would insinuate that it is, and neither is 2049. 2049 is directed by Denis Villeneuve, one of my favorite directors who directed films like Sicario and my favorite film of last year, Arrival. Freaking love this movie. These two films are both fantastic. Definitely check them out. And if you really liked Arrival, I think you'll really like Blade Runner 2049. 2049 is 2 hours and 44 minutes long. That's a long movie. And the screening that I went to on Friday night was not packed at all. There was maybe about 15 people in the theater. And that kind of sucks because the box office numbers came in earlier today, and it wasn't looking too good. It was only about 30 million for a movie that cost almost about 150 million dollars to make, which is a lot. So I'm not too happy about that. But overall, the film, here's the simplest of plot synopsis for the film. Ryan Gosling is a Blade Runner, and in the beginning of the film, he finds some information that leads him on a detective case that eventually leads him to Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford's character, Rick Deckard, from the first film. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. This film is visually impressive. And impressive is not the correct word to use. It's a visual marvel, a visual masterclass in cinematography. The cinematographer, Roger Deakins, who has done films like O Brother Art Thou, Sicario, Unbroken, Skyfall. I've never seen a movie that looks like this. It is so beautiful, and it keeps in tone with the original very, very well. And the tone and themes of the film, it looks like it's taken place 30 years later. It does, and it really feels that too. Ryan Gosling is incredible in this movie. When is he not? I mean, he was great last year in The Nice Guys. He was fantastic in La La Land, and he's fantastic in this. There's on multiple Oscar-worthy performances and categories that this film could, definitely for cinematography, director, maybe even Best Picture. This film is the equivalent to Mad Max Fury Road in that it is visually impressive, a masterclass in so many different departments of filmmaking, and yet is so awesome. I didn't want to use that word, but it is so awesome to watch. And it is probably, I've had to think about it, and I'll definitely be seeing the movie again at some point. It is definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. That, Dunkirk, and like War for the Planet of the Apes are like my easy top three, because this film is incredible. I mean, from the opening shots, the score is done by Hans Zimmer, and it has it reminisces and has little moments that sound like the original Blade Runner themes, so expertly done by Vangelis. And Denis Villeneuve is just showing once again how great of a filmmaker he is. And again, like I said, if you loved Arrival, you'll love the science fiction stuff in this film. It is long. Like I said, it's 2 hours and 44 minutes long. And I never really felt the length because I was so into the movie. But there are just moments where the film, it just shows you images. Just these beautiful images. Our characters are walking through things. And it takes its time to get through its plot. And that's what I really, really liked about the movie. I don't know if I'll be doing a spoiler review of this. I might have to because it's that mind-blowing. It's incredible. And the film ends. I mean, I'll probably have to do a spoiler review at some point, but the way the film ends is perfect too. And I don't want to give that away, but it's really, really good. The visuals not only are impressive from the cinematography standpoint, but the special effects in this movie are some of the best special effects I've seen in a film, not only this year, but like ever. There are, there are certain things that are plot points about the visual effects. There are these like giant holograms throughout the city. There are the ships that are flying around, everything that's on the ground, the city itself, the apartment that Ryan Gosling lives in, where Jared Leto is his character, Neander Wallace lives, or is like works. Like that whole building looks incredible. Like it's one of the same buildings from the original, but it is visually just incredible. And it's like, did you guys use miniature? Like, what did you do? Because this looks incredible from a production design standpoint to an art direction standpoint to all these departments. This movie could win a bunch of Oscars and a bunch of awards just in these departments alone because it's that visually impressive. Again, like one of the best special effects jobs I've seen all year, if not in the last couple of years. It looks that good. That's why I compared it to Mad Max Fury Road. It's seamless. It is seamless how I can't tell what's real and what's not because it's like, and there are things I even know, I'm like, that's not real, but man, if it doesn't look great. And there's a couple of things in the film that are spoilers. I don't know how they did. I do not know how they pulled that off. The film really does get into what does it mean to be a replicant? Why it does, what do replicants feel instead of what do humans feel? And it does talk about what humans feel as well. It kind of merges both of those and explores that. And then there's something at the end of the original Blade Runner, I'm not going to give it away, that it takes and preserves, yet it asks the question again, doesn't give you an answer, it makes you think, what do you think, and then make your conclusion about the movie based on that answer. And I've never seen a movie do that, where it asks a question, not only in a previous film, but it asks it again in this film. It brings it up again in this film. It asks that question, and it's like, what do you think? Oh, you don't know? Well, that's okay, because we don't really know either. But depending on what you think, the outcome of the film depends on what you think. It's an interesting way of looking at it. And I've never seen a film do that. I feel that this movie does such... It's a film, it's not a movie. It does such justice to the original. And it is a masterclass of filmmaking. Denis Villeneuve is a fantastic filmmaker. Roger Deakins, man, if you don't win an Oscar this time, the guy's been nominated like 13 times for his cinematography, and he's hands down the best cinematographer in the business. And I literally sat there once the credits rolled, maybe for about 3 minutes. I kind of sat there just like, And then I walked out, like, in my head, I like had this big grin on my face while I was walking to the car. And then I got in the car and was just like, wow, what did I see? And that's why it took me so long to make this review, because I had to think about it. And it's not that I had to think about, oh, how did I feel about it? No, I had to think about what I was going to say, how I was going to say it. I wrote something on my Facebook page, on my Instagram and all that about it. And even then, I'm kind of just like, what do I say about this? How do I review this movie? But I did somehow. So again, I implore you guys to not only go back and watch the original, watch Arrival as well, because it's a great movie. And then go see Blade Runner 2049. You don't have to see the original Blade Runner to see this, but it definitely pays to have seen it. So again, I definitely implore you to watch Blade Runner. I think it's a great film, and I think Blade Runner 2049 might be even better. It's one of the best sequels I've ever seen. One of the best films I've seen in quite some time, and it is my favorite film of the year, personally. There's still like months to go, and it's only October. So that's it, guys. Thank you. And it's, again, 10 out of 10. Jaw-dropping masterclass of filmmaking. Perfect. And I loved every performance, especially Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. And even the Ana de Armas, who plays Joy. And, oh my goodness, I can't remember the woman's name, but she plays the character named Love and Joy. Interesting. But she was fantastic as well. So I would definitely, everybody, even Jared Leto was really good in this movie. Somebody who I'm not a huge fan of, many times, especially Suicide Squad. But he's really good in this movie as well. Doesn't have a lot of screen time, but definitely really, really good. So guys, that's my review for Blade Runner 2049 and brief little review for the first Blade Runner. So guys, thank you for watching this. Definitely hit that like button down there. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my other videos. I got a lot of content coming. I'm in a new location. This is my apartment here at school. I haven't had a whole lot of time to make videos because I've been really busy, but this is our fall break, so yay. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys go see Blade Runner 2049. I hope this made you want to go see it. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.